Hello YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. The time is approximately 8:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the date is Wednesday, April 18th, 2018. I wanted to do a video where I talked about what's been on my mind lately. And I don't mind telling you that pretty much any day that ends with the letter Y, there's a lot that's been on my mind. And there's a lot that's always in my mind. A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are moving forward. And I feel like I'm finally catching up on a lot of things. As most of you know, I had some major well-being issues at the beginning of this calendar year. And a lot of them actually really began sometime in November of last year, which was 2017. So my health is very good right now. My physical health is very good. My emotional health is really good. My mental health is good. My spiritual health is fantastic. So I feel that a lot of things are finally falling into place and moving forward. And I'm very happy and relieved that a lot of the things that I needed to put on hold, especially because of the well-being issues that I had in the beginning of this calendar year, are finally moving forward and taking place and starting. And I feel very happy and very at peace. I've been dealing with a few personal issues this week, and they haven't affected my professional performance that much, mainly with my side position of employment. But I also know that a lot of things are being clarified. And you know, I don't like to project things. Like, I don't like to plant a seed of disempowerment or impoverishment. However, I have found that over the years, the second Mercury retrograde of the calendar year is the more challenging one for me. And right now, we are in the second Mercury retrograde of 2018. The first one actually began last December, if memory serves. But this one began on, I believe it was March 23rd. And the last 2 weeks, I have been feeling it like, oh my God, que mierda, coño. You know, like really, like, okay, this is the deal, and whatever. But I'm well aware that, you know, so many people tend to trash Mercury retrogrades, but I don't think Mercury retrograde transits are a bad thing, because they're not a bad thing. They are a perfect example of how to easily and quickly see how we are disempowered in our lives and what needs to happen so that we can be stronger and more empowered. And it's also about re-examining things. One of the best pieces of advice that I ever read about dealing with a Mercury retrograde transit was in a book by the late and great Sidney Omar. I know that some of his books are still being published, but no, he died more than 10 years ago. So it's somebody using his name and has legal permission to use his name, but it's not him. And the best piece of advice that he wrote in that particular book was, when Mercury retrogrades, engage in activities that begin with the letters R-E. So rest, relax, read, reread, re-examine, reevaluate, review, renew. Anything that begins with the letter R-E, anything that begins with the letters R-E are especially ideal to do during a Mercury retrograde transit. So that's been on my mind lately. And then, of course, the craziness, which for me, I mean, granted, I'm not a certified Western astrologer, but I'm pretty astrologically savvy in Western astrology. And I do have a clients that come to me from time to time wanting Western astrological consultations. And I find it crazy. I mean, I'm just going to come out and say it. I find it crazy that right now both Mercury and Jupiter are retrograding. Now, here's why I find that crazy. Mercury is the planet of communication. It is the planet of local and national travel. Jupiter is the planet of international travel. So it's like you get on a train, you get on a car, you get on a bus, you get on a whatever, hot air balloon, airplane, anything. You go on a rocket. It's like it's going to be a challenge during this transit. Then, of course, Mercury is about the creative mind, whereas Jupiter is about the spiritual and the mystical mind. So it's like there are going to be some really quirky and unusual experiences that have to do with one's mental powers, on whether it's the physical realm mental powers or the higher ones. And then, of course, you have one of the smallest planets retrograding and one of the largest planets retrograding. You have an inner planet and a middle planet retrograding at the same time. It's crazy to me. And I really don't remember the last time Mercury and Jupiter retrograded at the same time. So it's been like really wild. And I've been noticing, here's something that I find fascinating that I've experienced lately. So, I love libraries and I love my local libraries. So I had borrowed a book, James Patterson novel, and I didn't realize that at the time, but I've already read that novel. So I had decided that I was going to return it and either borrow something else or borrow something at another time. I started rereading it. And I'm like, I already read this book. Why am I rereading it? And you know what? I don't care. I'm rereading it and I'm enjoying it. I know that I've mentioned in a few previous videos that I fully recovered from my surgery, which I have. The surgery went very well. The pain, the swelling, the stiffness, and the bruising are completely gone. But there is a device here. There is this piece of machinery that is helping my heart function better, and it is working. But I'm not used to it yet. And I don't think I ever may get used to it. That's something that's been on my mind. I will tell you that I love the fact that when it comes to metal detectors, I can go around them. I don't have to go through them anymore. And when it comes to metal detecting wands, the security personnel that I've encountered so far have been very professional, very polite. They have been very accommodating. And they always say, I'm going to scan you from the waist down, which is fine. So, I really have been, and I was really worried about this because I had to go to a county office yesterday to submit a form. And I remember being very nervous that I was going to encounter this. So, so I think that the nervousness and the stress was one of the reasons why I had this thing kind of irritating me slightly yesterday. It felt more like, I'm okay. I'm worrying over nothing. But yeah, so, and I've already seen my cardiologist, and they've already scheduled an appointment to go through the machinery to make sure that everything's working properly and whatnot. But yeah, I'm not used to it yet, and I might not get used to it, which is fine. That's something I'll need to deal with, but it is working. And so that's been on my mind lately too. The other thing is I've really been enjoying everything that I've been reading lately, and I've been reading a lot of different books. I've been reading a book about the Black Lives Matter movement, which is amazing. It's entitled "So They Called You a Terrorist," and it was co-written by Patrice Concolors and Asha Bandele, and man, it is so eye-opening. It really is eye-opening, and it really has been educating me and helping me and opening my eyes to things that I never really paid attention to before. I've also been reading a book entitled Letting Go, which is this is not a quick read, by the way, this Letting Go book. This is definitely, I need to spend time with this book and really work with this book. And letting go has always been a challenge for me. So the fact that this was a belated birthday gift from a longtime client and student and friend makes me happy. And that it's helping me in a very profound way also makes me happy. Hi, Isis. You want to be in the video? Is that a yes or a no? And she looks away. And now she comes to me. Oh, you look so cute like that. Can my awesome audio-visual person pan down on this? Look at this. You look so cute. Hi. 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 You're looking cute because you want something, don't you? Si yo te conozco, chica. Tú crees que tú estás muy linda y muy preciosa, pero yo te conozco. Te conozco muy bien. Yeah, she's irritated because her plan for world domination failed again, didn't it? Didn't it? You want to take over the world. World domination, but I know you. And she just shakes her head violently. She knows. I know. She's not thrilled that I figured it out. Honey, Isis, this is not your... We've had this conversation before. You do this all the time. You keep expecting a different result. You know, that's a definition of insanity. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You expect it to turn out a different way. Why? It always turns out the same way. I don't give you what you want in that second, and you get annoyed. The only reason you're not hissing at me right now is because the camera's still rolling. See, I don't know why people think cats are stupid. Cats are incredibly intelligent. And I know that you are one shrewd bitch. Isn't that right? You know I love you. I love and adore. You won't let me pet her. She knows. She's annoyed. She's irritated. She's like, ah! She just do without doing that. Now she's hiding under the table. My life could never be boring, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Never could be boring. I've also been reminded to write more. And my journals keep calling to me like, you need to spend time with me. So that's been on my mind lately too. And yes, let me assure you, I'm getting plenty of rest and plenty of relaxation. I know that I would love to be in bed right now, but that's not going to happen for a while. But please know that I'm not suffering when it comes to eating, when it comes to remaining hydrated, when it comes to getting plenty of rest and relaxation. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm really doing a lot better than I was at the beginning of this year. That's for damn sure. I've enjoyed all my belated holiday and birthday celebrations, the last of which was last Saturday, April 14th, 2018. And Goddess willing, January of 2019, I will be in fantastic health and well-being, and I will be able to... You want to be in the video? Because you keep getting my attention. Are you scared of that camera? Don't tell me you're scared of that camera. Oh my God, seriously. Okay. I'm gonna focus the rest of this video on you because I want to get this video into 20 minutes. So Goddess willing, January of 2019, I will have the opportunity to enjoy outstanding physical, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being, and resume doing what I normally do in January, which is celebrate my birthday all month long. So with that being said, these are some of the things, not all the things, but some of the things that have been on my mind lately. In the meantime, if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel of yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan, I invite you to do so. And by all means, make sure that you click or tap the bell icon and make sure that you receive notifications. That way, every time I upload a video, you will be notified and you'll be able to watch said video sooner than later. And of course, I am absolutely available for readings, for private metaphysical classes, for energy healing treatments, either in person for those of you who live or work or visiting the New York City area, or by phone or by Skype. I can honestly say that given YouTube's demonetizations policies lately, I would rather not be a professional YouTuber. I would rather that people watch my videos, be divinely guided to receive the blessings that they know instinctively they would receive from using my psychic services, and then avail themselves of my psychic services. I would rather that, because I think that if I were to become a professional YouTube channel content creator, then it would take away a lot of time and energy away from my side position of employment, my professional psychic practice, my clients, my students, and I think it would be a whole lot more stressful, and I would have to do a lot more than I probably would not feel comfortable doing. And the fact of the matter is that I would rather do what I need to do, especially from an inner work perspective, to physically manifest a thriving, successful, full-time professional psychic practice. I think I'm ready for that. I think that I'm ready to move in that direction. And that's been on my mind a lot lately too. But with that being said, Isis, thank you. I'm going to have a chat with her after the video ends, I assure you. No, I'm not going to strangle her. It's not one of those excuse me while I kill a cat moments. I'm just going to be like, okay, what are you doing? But I know what she's doing. And trust the universe to provide you with everything you need to avail yourself of my psychic services. The time, the energy, the money, the transportation, the childcare. Trust the universe to provide that for you. Because if you ask, the universe will. I know it sounds too simple, but it's really too simple for complicated minds. And with that being said, thank you, YouTube, for honoring who I am and what I do. I wish all of you many, many blessings of love and light, prosperity and peace. And good night.